The rest of the world needs to take a lesson from Switzerland. We're in Switzerland now.
Good morning. We made it up here to Kulm. Kulm?
Kulm.
So we took the train down to Interlaken and then took the funicular up here. It's like an 8-minute ride, pretty easy. However, you don't really get too many views because you're in the forest. And now we're walking up this path to go to the restaurant, and then there's a little viewing platform. So right here is clear today, relatively. It's a few clouds in the sky still, but in Bengen it was all cloudy, so we decided to come down here.
Welcome to Kulm. This is the mountain above Interlaken. You take a funicular up here and you get to these amazing views over Lake Brienz.
I think this is Brienz.
Yes.
And then Thun is on the other side.
Lake Brienz. And we can see all these paragliders just jumping off. There were like 15 in the sky at one point. Amazing views. If it's cloudy, wherever you are higher up in the Lauterbrunnen Valley, come down to Interlaken because it's lower and you might get, these views.
And then there's this viewpoint back here that everybody's on right now. And then all the paragliders are back there. So in Interlaken, you can also take a boat trip around these two lakes, and that's included in the Bernese Oberland Pass. If that's something you want to do, definitely take advantage of that.
There is a boat ride you can take on Lakes Brienz and Lake Thun, and it goes between the two lakes because they're connected. There's a little channel where the boat will travel to get to Lake Thun.
I was telling Melissa earlier today that I was like, no, it's two separate boats, but
that doesn't make sense.
I was wrong.
Get on one boat, get off, and then get on another boat.
Well, I didn't know the lakes were connected. They also have a pretty large restaurant with lots of seating outside. So you can come up here and get some snacks, get lunch, whatever you want. If you didn't want to take the funicular, you could also hike up here, but just be aware that it is 2 hours and 20 minutes to hike up here and it's all uphill. So just take the funicular. Melissa, what were you saying about getting good photos up here?
What did I say? I don't know.
So-
Okay. Yeah. Funicular gets up here, I think, on the hour and then on the half hour. So if you want good photos, get them before the gondola or the funicular gets up here.
Yeah, you kind of have to time it perfect where people are leaving going down and then before the next one comes up, yes. So there should be like a little window, 5 minutes or so. So if you want the picture with no one on the platform, that's what you have to do. So we just sat down for a little bit and watched the crowds on the platform. So I don't think Melissa's tip actually worked out because there are people all the time. But I think Kulm or Kulm is just a place that you come up and see, and you don't really need to spend that much time. You could have a meal up here. Prices aren't crazy expensive. So like a fondue was like $24 or $25 per person. So that's not horrible. But yeah, just come up here. It's a nice, easy thing to come up, walk 4 minutes from the station at the top. And then now we are headed back because I think we're gonna try to grab some food down in Interlaken and then head to another spot called Niederhorn. It's another one of the gondolas that you can take with our pass. So we feel like might as well take advantage of the day. We're already kind of close. So we'll take a bus over there after we eat and then head up that gondola. So just FYI, this is Interlaken down here. The train station somewhere down in that direction. And then this is the Lauterbrunnen Valley. And then Bengen is in the distance over there. And then I don't know if you can see a little bit behind the clouds, but that's all the Swiss Alps behind there as well. Eiger, Jungfrau, and all that. And then this is Lake Brienz and Lake Thun over there with Interlaken in the middle. And then Grindelwald is kind of back in that direction behind these mountains there. Here's one tip if you're coming to the Interlaken region, the Jungfrau region of Switzerland. Definitely build in a couple days extra in your schedule just because the weather is so changing. It's highly dependent and you're in the mountains, so the forecast is not 100% accurate all the time, right? Like today it said it was going to be cloudy and rainy, but it's sunny here in Interlaken, but it's supposed to then rain later on today. So you never know. So you kind of take it for what it's worth and just go with the flow. If it's a nice day, that's great. If it's a cloudy day, find something other stuff to do. Yeah, just make sure you have a few extra days. That way, if it's rainy one day, you'll still be able to see all the stuff you wanted to see. We're also getting a little bit of a tour of Interlaken. So this is Hotel Interlaken. I think it's one of the iconic hotels here in town. And then, yeah, there's a church behind that looked really pretty. And then there's, I'm not sure what this hotel is, but it looks very fancy. And then we're just walking up to this Korean restaurant that Melissa found. So it's about a 10-minute walk from the funicular station. But yeah, doesn't seem too busy today. That's not too bad. They also have a Ferris wheel. What do you think about the Ferris wheel? Interlaken definitely caters to the tourists. And there's also a lot of adventure activities you can do here in Switzerland, in this area, like paragliding, and you can do here the hang glider, the paragliding.
Bungee jumping.
Yeah, there's a bunch of active stuff you can do. You can also take helicopters and stuff, and they're all based here in Interlaken. So Outdoor Interlaken is one of the big companies here. So this is the restaurant we're at. I told Melissa it was a 10-minute walk, but I lied. I think it was more like a 20-minute walk. But it's okay. We're here now.
We got bulgogi, and obviously we have to cook it ourselves, but it's different from what we're used to. We don't get a whole lot of side dishes, and
Side dishes are kind of sad.
they're very sad. And what they gave us is minimal. So looks like we're just eating meat and rice.
We do have lettuce, but yeah, small portion. We're now here at Interlaken West. This is the train station and also a bus terminal. So we just walked through Interlaken, and now we are going to take this bus. I think it's a 50-minute bus that will then take us to a place called Battenberg. And then from there, we will walk 1 minute up to the gondola, up to Niederhorn. And that whole journey should take, 32 minutes on the bus, and then the gondola is 18 minutes, so not bad. Melissa, what are you eating?
Rice cake with chocolate on top.
I discovered this fantastic snack. Well, fantastic for Melissa.
Because it's gluten-free, and chocolate on anything is good.
Mm-hmm. And it's cheap. Only 1.1 francs for a pack of 6.
For 6, yeah.
And the reason why we're eating snacks is because although the Korean restaurant, the food was okay, it was decent, but just didn't get enough. So
Very little.
yeah,
So hungry.
that's why we have snacks. So we made it to the Niederhorn gondola. This gondola is actually different because it has 3 attached in one group that goes up. But the bus ride here was quite scenic because it goes up on the mountains and then along the ridge, and then you can see the lake and all the different houses along the river on top of the lake and on the hills and stuff. It was really cool. So now we're just waiting for the gondola to come down and take us up.
All right, we made it here just in time to catch the gondola. It's at 2:40 and it's They call them the triplets because they have to travel in threes.
We're in the middle one right now, though. There's one right there behind us, and then there's the other one right there.
I wonder why that is that they travel in threes. Kind of odd.
Well, I don't think they just have like a normal one that's like a constant revolving one.
Right.
It's amazing up here. The views of the lake that we see down there. Yeah, Melissa was just saying how big this lake is. I think this is Lake Toon, right?
Yeah.
Lake Toon. It's quite long. Yeah, we just love riding all these gondolas. They are the best way to travel around here in Switzerland. And it's crazy, we have this gondola all to ourselves. There's 2 other people in that gondola and then another family in the third gondola. Usually there's a bunch of people because they have these like things you can hold on to for standing. We just passed the middle station, but now we are getting a little too high.
So high we can't see anything.
Check out the view, guys. The views are great.
Yeah. And we're even going higher than this, so if it looks like this up there, which how can it not, we're just gonna ride the gondola back down.
So this is the top of Niederhorn. You're supposed to be able to see a 360 view of the mountains around here, but we are in the clouds. There's a little restaurant back there. That's pretty much it. There is a middle station that we can go to, so what do you think? Do we want to go to the middle station? It looked clear from the middle station.
But there's nothing to do at the middle station. There's just a restaurant.
It's true. Probably just gonna head back all the way down. The views are nice here though. We made it back to Wengen. Yeah, and I will say, the bus and train connections on the way back were like spot on. We got off one bus.
No. We got off the gondola.
Directly onto the bus. Like literally it was just waiting for us. And it was about to take off like 30 seconds later. And then from the bus, directly onto the train that took us back to the Interlaken station.
Interlaken Oost.
Yep.
From Interlaken Oost, we were able to transfer directly to a train to Lauterbrunnen.
Yep.
And then from Lauterbrunnen, we walked directly across the platform to get on a train to Wengen.
And it was all like set.
That's the thing about Swiss trains. They're
on
the
time.
timetables are designed for you to make the next connection.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the world needs to take a lesson from Switzerland. We're in Switzerland now.
So how would you sum up our day today?
I thought it was okay. Like, I just get so much enjoyment out of hiking, and we didn't do any hikes today. All we did was go up to the viewing platform at Kulm.
Which I think is worth it.
Yeah, it was just a long journey to get there.
Yeah,
That's
from Wengen.
And then once you get there, there's not much to do other than
just hang out, which is
hang
cool.
out and eat something. It'd be nice if you could combine it with other things around the area, but we tried.
I will say for the Niederhorn, I wouldn't put it on the top of the list of places to go. We were just kind of already in that area, so I figured we'd go check it out. But unfortunately, like you saw, we couldn't see anything. Maybe we'd have different impression if it had been a bright, clear day, but you know, every day is different. So, all right, with that, we'll see you in the next video, and hopefully we'll be able to go hiking.